Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Seattle. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Start the drive.
And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw is Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now Rodgers. And he'll find Hall. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling the back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. That was a pretty good job by the defense, I thought, right? I mean, they had to go to their check down, but still were able to get it done for the first.
Agreed. Anytime you can force them to come back to a receiver that's a little bit shorter in the route, you've done your job on defense, but still, they pick up the first down and get a fresh set.
Huge 4th down conversion. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 5 now. Rodgers toward the sideline. He will have the first down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what the opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does, and in practice it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are, and you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Rodgers now to throw. His throw incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that that could be a really, really frequent combination. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive, but this is 3rd down. Now Rodgers. throws one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. This defense for the Jets, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number 6, absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
John Franklin Myers racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the end zone, Smith going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Now here's Michael Dixon. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line.
The Jets take over first and 10.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and they have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
This is intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Good starting field position here for the Seahawks as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd. Boy, that's tough, Charles. First play of the drive, you're hoping to stay ahead of schedule. You take that huge sack, and now you're facing 2nd and a mile.
And the entire time, you were probably thinking the same thing I was. Either get rid of the ball, safely, of course, or go down. The yardage he gave up on that play, that's going to be tough for them to make up.
Being chased out left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They snap it to Smith. He's got his tight end fan. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
We're scoreless after one. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Ball again on 2nd down. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop from behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers flushed out right. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands and we run ahead the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And now off to the races, down the right side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Jets. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him. Kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense, just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Walker now on 1st and 10. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Smith on 1st down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this one is incomplete. The Seahawks at 6-9 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
Brings up a third down and 10 yards to go.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Block it in motion right.
18 Randall.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line.
He's got it at the 15. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Rodgers going to throw.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Partner, I think it's high time to get him some passes that he's comfortable with. Some easy throws, some completions. He's not even hitting the 50% thus far.
And certainly that has played a big role into why they are trailing right now. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Hall. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Jets 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. They'll take it past the 40 to the 41, 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number one.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He's thankful right now for that sideline because it could have been a fumble loss, instead just a fumble, though they will have to punt it down.
You're right about that, but do you think there's ever been a player happier to see his own punter go on the field than him?
No.
I mean, not at all, right? How fortunate is he that they got a chance to punt it away, and it's not just a turnover at the spot.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. And able to find Allen Lazard.
And he is going to be out of bounds, a couple of yards short of the marker, and they will fail to convert here on 4th down.
The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here.
Throw out wide to Walker. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. Steps away to his left. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. .33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range.
Rodgers now on first down. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Back to Walker on first down.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted.
It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Jets are going to take possession of the football.
That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Puts it on the carpet, it's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
I don't care what the scoreboard says, partner. You know who's winning this game right now?
Mother Nature?
Yes, indeed. Precipitation's winning in a big way. Sloppy, all these turnovers right now.
Yeah, well, this was the forecast. We got what was forecasted, and we've gotten a lot of turnovers.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. 41 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And they regroup defensively after the broken tackle, getting to him just beyond the 45.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Smith on 3rd down. And a throw right sideline is complete.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Lock it in motion right.
straight ahead, Walker.
And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Copy Ranger, copy Ranger. 60 Maverick.
Here's Smith. Over the middle, it's complete. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. 11 yards for number 11.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Now Gino on first down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down.
Here's Walker.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked up by his team, fumble recovered. They still have an opportunity deep in the red zone.
And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Here's Smith. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. 3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year.
And the Seahawks will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now 21-7. The touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. First and 10. Here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And now here's another interception.
Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because
And he goes down, and it's in the end zone. Smith goes down in that end zone. That is a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Pass complete. He's got Lazard on the out route.
From the 44, Rodgers. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted.
I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Now Rodgers.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
To throw is Rodgers.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. He finds Corey Davis.
And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Now it's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust.
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quinnen Williams, there to bring him down.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The offense on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Throwing now is Geno.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing now is Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jordan Brooks able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now Rodgers. That's going to be caught. Arcega right side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Julian Love picks it, and the Seahawks are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
At the 60, at the 60.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. Now the Jets going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Throwing now, Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Smith now to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Here's Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Well, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. So the victory here for Seattle. And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you can just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and slower to get to the football because they just felt like if we go out there, we're just going to turn it over anyway. So it was really, really a stellar performance.
So for the Seahawks,
they moved to 7-9 on the year with the win.